Hey beloved, it's Jay with 10 Minutes of Hope. And to keep the good vibes going, let's do a midweek motivation, right? We need to get back into the habit of finding some motivation, okay? Now, as I historically do, we're going to tie in our midweek motivation on what this week's devotion was about. Right? This week's devotion was, do you need to be saved, or do you need to be baptized to get saved? Right? And I went into a lot of details on what the Bible has to say about that. And yes, what my conclusion is based on my research of the Bible. Research of the Bible, right? As in, what does the scriptures actually say? And that's important, right? I do love to study the history of things, right? I love studying the original languages. I love studying the culture and the times and whatnot. But the ultimate deterrent, or the ultimate point of evidence that I'm going to use is always going to be, what does the Bible say? Okay, beloved? So, if you don't have that mindset, I encourage you, right? I encourage you to do that. Now, the why and whatnot, that's a rabbit trail that goes off on a whole nother subject, and I'm not teaching on that tonight. Okay, what I am trying to do is share a little hope with you, give you a little motivation. Now, I made a statement, right, during the devotion about water baptism, right? And that is, don't let little things that you may get stumped on in the Bible, or ceremonies and things that you don't understand, don't let those things bar you from heaven. Don't bar yourself from heaven, right? And then don't you let those things bar other people, okay? And I gave an example. There's a denomination, a Christian denomination, that they believe that you have to have a signed document from a pastor that baptized you, saying that you have been baptized, in order for you to be a member of their church, right? And one of the things that a good friend of mine that I have been, well, I say good friend, we talk openly, and I have been helping her, she's going through a rough time. I've been helping her try to find some Jesus, right? She's new to the area. I run across her fairly frequently. She's a little old lady. She's very sweet, right? And she'll ask me stuff about the Bible, or, what my opinion is on this, that, and the other. And I was just trying to give her some encouragement, right? She, for her own personal reasons, didn't want to become a member of this church, but she is a member of this denomination. And so, for her to become a member of the church wanted documents about her that she felt she wanted to keep private, right? Now, this goes, and so I told her, I'm like, listen, the Bible doesn't say you have to be a member of a church, right? And what did we learn about baptism? And let me see, where's that? 1 Peter chapter 3, 21 through 22. What did we learn? Peter tells us that baptism is our commitment to God. Now, a huge misunderstanding is that most people think that baptism is an outward profession of faith, right? That's how you can prove to other people that you are a Christian, right? That's just not the case, okay? That's not the purpose of baptism. Baptism is your commitment to God, or is a commitment that you make to God, saying that you are going to live the life He has called you into, which is righteousness, love, okay? It's a commitment. It's not saying that if you make a mistake that you're going to hell, or if you make a mistake that the baptism is null and void and you got to get rebaptized and yada yada yada. People read a lot into this stuff, okay? Which is why I like to study what the Bible actually says, okay? Now, back to the point at home. Baptism. Things like baptism, okay? You should not use things in the Bible against people, okay? Because for one, that's not how that works, okay? The Bible is a guidebook for you to live. And yes, if you have tiny people, i.e. children, it's so you can help guide them and teach them as well, okay? The Bible is not a rule book for you to beat other people up with, okay? What did we learn about 1 John? 1 John says, in 1 John, John says, who are you to judge another man's servant? Okay, beloved? Now, if you're listening to me and this has happened to you, which most people who have been to church, okay, I'm going to say at one point or another, there was somebody that told them that they were doing all the wrong things and they were never going to make it for this reason, that reason, or the other, okay? There are too many churches that just have that one or two people in them that are so willing to go out on a limb and help their neighbor by judging them. Okay? That's not biblical. That's not how you're supposed to act, beloved. Okay? I have had fellow ministers, right? Fellow ministers tell me I'm going to hell because I have long hair. Right? Do you know it's actually a sin for me to cut my hair? No, you don't know that. Why? It's none of your business. That's between me and God. But what am I getting at? I'm getting at that we are all on different parts of the journey. Yes, the idea is that we're all taking the same road. Okay? Why? Because there's only one road that makes it. Yes, that's true. But we're on different parts on that road. Right? And what I don't want you to think, beloved, is I don't want you to think that the further down the road you travel, you take on more and more stuff, right? More baggage, more responsibility, more rules, more this, that, and the other, right? It's actually quite the opposite. Now, let me break down for you what Brother Jay sees as the road, the walk of the Christian faith. When you start on that journey, you look like a teenager backpacking through Europe. You got like stuff everywhere, right? You got a big sack and bags piled up here and bags piled off the side. You're wearing this weird vest, and you look like me in the army, hiking through the mountains, right? You just got stuff everywhere, right? And as you go down this journey, you learn you don't have to hate people anymore. So you take this bag off and you chunk it. More correctly, you give it to God. God takes that from you. You don't have to worry about this anymore, my child. Let me love on you. Let me take this hate from you. As you get a little further, right? You're having relationship issues, right? Which we all do. But instead of you worrying about it, you're like, let me give it to God. God's got some great advice for me. Okay? God's gonna tell me to stop hitting my wife. I don't hit my wife, okay? I'm using an example, okay? So I stop hitting my wife. My relationship gets extremely better because I start listening to God. Okay? Get a little further down on this journey. I'm carrying like 6 bags full of alcohol. Why? Because I'm a drunk. It's weighing me down. Yes, I'm actually trying to walk the Christian faith. I'm on that road as a drunk. It does happen, beloved. Right? I love Jesus. Being a drunk doesn't make you a sinner, okay? Being a drunk means that you got weight on you. You don't know how to give off to somebody else. Having an addiction does not make you a sinner. Yes, you sin in addiction. 100%. Completely accurate, right? It gets too heavy and I stumble off the path sometimes, right? I'm not talking about me now. I'm talking about me in the past, right? My brothers and sisters that are in addiction, right? It gets so much, I stumble off the path and I make mistakes, but I keep trying to work my way back. Okay, beloved? I'm still on the path, making my way, and eventually I'll get tired of carrying that weight. Eventually, I give it to Jesus. Okay? And Jesus puts people in my life to help me. Right? Jesus puts situations in my life to help me. Right? And my weight gets lighter every step I take. Okay? That is how, okay, where it's supposed to go. That's how our walk is supposed to go. If you feel like the further you go, you're getting more and more burdened down, then, beloved, you might not be reading the book right. Okay? Now that's a hard thing for me to tell you. Okay? But I want you to hear me. Is the Christian walk hard? Sure. It's straight uphill, beloved. It is. But if you're carrying all this stuff, you ain't gonna make it very far up the hill. Okay? Not. You know what's easier? Giving it to God. Right? Now, I don't let other so-called Christians put more stuff in my sack, in my bag, that I'm carrying. Nope. Why? That's not biblical. That's not the way it works, beloved. What does Jesus say? Share your load with me, because my weight is light and my burden is easy. Jesus says, I got you, brother. Give it to me. I will carry it. That's a true story. That's from the Bible. Okay, what is he referring to specifically in that part of the Bible? All right, he's talking about, so you've seen, I'm sure, movies, TV, pictures, internet, whatever, 2 oxen, right, plowing out a field, carrying a heavy load, whatever the case is. There's always a big piece of wood, and it's not always the ox, but this is specifically what the story is referring to. Okay? A big piece of wood that connects the two animals so they help pull each other up along with whatever they're pulling. Pulling, tilling, breaking up, whatever. Right? And Jesus is talking about this. Jesus is like, hey man, I ain't pulling next to nothing. Come on. Let me share it with you, right? Give me your heavy stuff. We'll go it together, right? So the Christian walk isn't just giving stuff to Jesus. Jesus is there with us in that walk, every step we climb, right? That's how it's supposed to be, beloved. Now, some of you might be listening to me and think, Brother Jay, I do a lot of stuff in church. That's a huge burden. All right, let me stop you. Let me stop you, beloved. Doing things for your church is supposed to be you doing things for your brothers and sisters, right? Now, I'm not saying stop doing work in the church and go preach out in the streets, okay? I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying when you help out in the church, that is you showing love to your brothers and sisters, okay? Now, what is the point of doing this? So you can do it together, right? Together. It's not something that adds burden to you. If it is, beloved, you might be doing it wrong, or you might be doing it for the wrong reasons, okay? If I am doing it if I am serving in the church so everyone can see me serving in the church, right? Then I'm worried about how I look, how perfect it is, how awesome it goes, how many pat on the backs I get. That is burdensome. Let me tell you what, that'll wear me down, because I'll never please everybody in the church. Nope. But if I'm doing it to love on my brother who needs some love today, then what I'm saying is, come on, let me share your load for today. You understand? It's a journey we take together, beloved. As a body of believers, we're in this together, right? So don't look at somebody else down the road and say you're not as far as I am, or you're not carrying as much as me, so here's some more stuff. Or just tell them you're not going to make it, so you might as well quit now. When you put these things on people, that's what you're doing, beloved. We're supposed to share the love of Jesus, okay? We're supposed to walk as Jesus did. Now, beloved, if people are trying to give you this extra stuff, let me tell you how you can unburden yourself, okay? First off, don't accept it. Don't accept it, okay? Don't. Okay? Went to a church. They were trying to give me all these extra rules and stuff, right? All these extra things they wanted me to do. The way I should look, the way I should talk, the way I should walk, all these extra things. You know what I found out? None of that was in the Bible. It wasn't. So you know what? As soon as I found that out, as soon as I discovered for myself this isn't biblical, I was like, nah, man, I don't need this. You can have back. I don't need that burden. I got enough stuff going on. Okay? You know what else I did? I gave the rest to Jesus. Now, don't get me wrong. Brother Jay has not perfected this technique. Okay? There's plenty of stuff. Let me find the thing. Here. This is my this is a guitar stand. Okay, so it's a traveling guitar stand. Anyways, there's plenty of stuff. I've been like, Jesus, this is hard. I need you to take it from me, and I need you to handle this because I'm not handling it very well, or it's just weighing me down. Be like, here you go, Jesus, and Jesus is like, well, come on, give it to me. Okay, we do like control. I like control. Okay, hi, Tiny. What you doing? So we like control, okay? But we gotta learn to trust God. That's how our burden gets lighter, okay? So, beloved, let me tell you what. As you go up the journey, you're supposed to be giving stuff over to God. Alright? Don't put unnecessary things that aren't in the Bible in your bag to carry up. Okay? Give it to God. And don't look down at the hill and see the other people down there and throw rocks at them to put in their bags, okay? It's not how this is supposed to work. This walk is supposed to lead to peace, love, hope, and joy. Why? How does that happen? How does it lead to peace, hope, love, and joy? Because for one, it leads to God, and for two, we're giving it to Jesus. And Jesus is there with us, helping us out. That's how the walk's supposed to go, beloved. Okay? So don't let yourself get burdened down. Don't let other people burden you down. Don't burden down others. Okay, beloved? Yes. We're on different parts of our walk. Absolutely. Are you doing things that you're not supposed to? Do I see that? Sure. What do I do about that? Well, what's the Bible say? With kindness and humility, love and humility, right? So, I just simply, if you're on that walk with me, and I'm trying to give you some encouragement, right? I'm like, hey, brother, I know you're having a hard time in your marriage. I do. Okay, I see that. I've been there. I understand what that's like. If you stop coming home drunk every night, your marriage will get better, I promise you. Okay? And if my brother's like, hey, brother, mind your own business, I can be like, all right, cool. I hear you. That's all it is. Right? I definitely don't need to come up to my brother and say you're going to hell. Right? It's not necessary. Now, I can tell Tiny, stop doing that, because you ain't supposed to be doing that. Okay? Tiny's going to be like, alright, Pop. That's not how Tiny really does it. Tiny gives this little smile and sneaks around the corner like I'm not watching her. And then I start counting. Tiny, how do I count? Tiny ain't playing today. I start counting. Start get Tiny's attention. She starts paying attention all of a sudden. Alright? Because I'm mentoring, I'm guiding, I'm teaching her, I'm instructing her. Okay? Alright? It's not how you treat your fellow Christian. Okay? That's not how I treat some random stranger out on the street. Alright? I see a dude, a man, wearing a dress with pink hair and a dog collar. Okay? It's not my place to say you're going to hell. Okay? What is the appropriate thing for me to say to that person? Jesus loves you. You know why? Because he does. Okay? Because he does. Alright, beloved? Now, I gotta go get ready for church. See, Tiny's all ready in her church dress and stuff. Tiny likes to wear dresses, doesn't she? Now, Tiny doesn't have to wear dresses. Tiny just likes to wear dresses, okay? So don't think I go to the kind of church that cares what you look like. That ain't it. Tiny wants to grow up to be a princess. So Tiny wears pretty princess dresses. Not right, Tiny?
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes. Alright, Tiny, stop kicking my computer stand. Alright, y'all. I hope what we talked about today motivated you some. Alright? We love y'all. We praying for y'all. Alright, if you need me, reach out. This video helped you or you know somebody can help, share. Alright? Hey, while you're on the YouTube channel, click subscribe. How about that? That'd be cool. Alright, y'all. Love you. Pray for you. And as always, I pray that your day is full of hope. Bye.